What if you could make a song using only your voice? Let's start with the drums.
Only 5% of native blank when you asked her about the new project. The twins look so similar that I can't blank the difference. If I blank the final exam, driving on the left side of the
Hello everyone, can you hear me? Can you see me? I hope that you are all doing well. I was cleaning the house today, so I need to adjust my camera first. And I'm still not sure if I should use this design or the other one. But while the material is still being prepared, you can go ahead and tell me how you all are feeling today. I hope you're doing more than just fine. I can see that Diane is there, Magdalena is there. Welcome again. I hope the day was pretty nice. Here in Serbia, it was scorching. I was about to say hot, but it was more than just hot. It was properly scorching. So I hope that tomorrow we could have a slight relief from that temperature. Not to complain about it too much. I know that once the summer ends, we're going to be crying for more sun. That's how we are here in Serbia. So, I will soon be showing you the material, the quiz. It's still loading. I don't know why. So I hope we don't run into some technical issues. If we do, I hope you'll forgive me for that. But there are going to be 30 questions, so I think it's going to be fine. However, it is loading and I don't understand what.
Only 5% of native speakers.
Perhaps I'll have to do it like this. Huh. If I mute this, can you guys still hear me? Hello? Please confirm that you can hear me. Hello everyone. Are you there? Hello, Mauro. No, guys, I think that we'll just have to do things a bit different from how I originally imagined them, but it's simply not working the way I intended it to. So you will excuse me for a moment. So I'll be here, however, I'll need to adjust something before we start. How are you feeling, Mauro? I think you are very excited. Guys, Mauro passed his exam today. Everybody write W's in the chat for him. Okay, we can do it like this. So let's change the topic to revision. And then just select the right window. Like that. Zoom that in. Can you guys see? I believe you should be able to see, right? Okay, scale that down. And voila. I think that doesn't look too bad. What do you guys think? Let me know. There's no student. I think I should add Peppa Pig or something in there. It looks empty. It looks empty like that. Wait a second. Who should I add in the students corner? Give me some suggestions. Hello, Egor Velikanov. Egor or Igor? How do I pronounce your name? Please let me know. Is it with an E or with an E? Welcome to the stream. Let's see what you were able to learn. And suggest somebody to put in the students section, because it really looks empty this way. I believe that, but don't make excuses, Mauro. You need to showcase your knowledge here. Hello there, Sarah. Welcome to the stream. How are you feeling today? Please suggest somebody to put in the student corner. I don't have any student coming today. Do you have lessons every day? Yes, I try to teach every day. Most of the time, it's going to be a live speaking lesson with a student. Wow, Sarah, you are already getting to work. Wait a little bit. Wait a little bit. I love the enthusiasm. So I try to stream every day. I don't think I'll be streaming this weekend, but starting from next Monday, I think I'll be going live. Other than that, yes, as I was saying, I try to stream sort of live lesson, as you've probably seen, and sometimes Coffee Talk, which is a video game that allows for a nice comprehensible input practice. You haven't told me who to put in the students' corner. Should I add Peppa Pig? Should it be a fish? Maybe a goldfish. You guys know I'm a big fan of fish. Mickey Mouse. All right. You were the first one to give a suggestion, so let's go for Mickey Mouse. Should it be like a retro picture or something? Maybe basketball. Or maybe Mickey and Minnie. Is it a... No, it's not a PNG. I hate when the file isn't PNG. I need a proper PNG. We could have the whole crew. Is it this one? PNG, yes, perfect. Okay, let me do the magic. So add the image. Welcome, Lazar. Let's see how much you've learned from these sessions. Let's showcase your knowledge. So these folks are going here. Let's just make sure they go under the overlay of the student. Have I done it? Yes, I have. Okay, downsize it a bit, and then I guess we can do it like this. It's gonna be good. Oh, even better. Yes, they're all in the picture. Lovely, we have a group of students today. I think it looks nice. You do really useful things for all of us. Well, it's my passion. It's my passion, you know. I love teaching. I've been doing it for over 8 years at this point. And in addition to teaching every day, I just love to go online, stream a little bit, and connect with people like you. I would love to have you on stream, by the way. Most of the people you see in chat with you have already been on stream. So when are you coming, Igor? And you didn't tell me, is it Igor or Egor? Not sure how to pronounce your name. But folks, without further ado, so without wasting any more time, let's proceed to the exercise. So we are going to cover things like idioms, like say versus tell, like prepositions with vehicles. I don't know if I've included anything else. Yes, the difference between used to, be used to, and get used to. So things that we have covered over some of the previous lessons. I was quite busy today. I didn't have enough time to prepare all the materials. Next time, it's going to be much better, I promise. But thank you all for tuning in. Thank you, Yatsa, for the support. So, Sarah has already told us that this one is told. Do you guys agree? Do you think that told, he told me that he was going to be late for the meeting, is the correct answer? Or should we perhaps use said, or he spoke me? That doesn't sound bad, does it? He spoke me that he was going to be late for the meeting. What do you guys think? Okay, so with an E, Igor. Cool. Where do you come from, Igor? We have people from Italy, Mexico, Serbia, Brazil, joining us. Where do you come from? Are you from any of those countries or a new one? So A, B, or C? I'm waiting for the answers, guys. Of course, if you have any questions along the way, I'll gladly answer them. Yes, Mauro, you think that it should be told. Russia, welcome. We had Daniel from Russia, one of the previous students. So it's nice to have a fellow Russian on here. Told. All right, I guess we should go with told then, if you are saying like that. Let's see if it is really told. Is it told? Yes, it is. Well done, guys. Question number 2. What did she blank when you ask her about
when
the
you
new
asked her about
project?
the new project?
What do you think would be the answer here? Is it tell, say, or talk? What would be the correct answer here? What did she tell when you asked her about the new project? What did she say when you asked her about the new project? Or what did she talk when you asked her about the new project? Which one sounds right? Based on the rules that we've learned, you shouldn't have any doubts. B again, maybe? When in doubt, go for B. That is the usual strategy in trivia quizzes. Just go for the middle option. Say, okay, we have many people saying B. Does anybody think it should be A or C? I'll wait a couple more seconds to hear some different opinions. But you guys are saying it should be say. Okay, Yatsa has confirmed it. Well done, folks. You're making me proud so far. It is say. There is no object for us to use tell. What did she tell you when you asked her about the new project would be the correct answer if we had you in the sentence.
The twins
but we
look
did not,
so similar that
you
I
answered
can't
correctly. So far, so good.
blank.
Let's move on to the next one. The
difference.
twins look so similar that I can't. The difference. Oh, this is a tricky one. This is a collocation. Collocations are words that usually go together. The twins, obviously, are the children who are born at the same time. So they were developed in the same pregnancy. And they look so similar, I can't tell, say, speak the difference. What do you guys think about this one? Do we speak the difference, tell the difference, say the difference? What do we do? The difference is something that is not the same. So basically the twins are almost identical. They are basically like, I don't know, who are some famous cartoon twins? Are there any famous cartoon twins? Nothing comes to mind now. Who are some famous movie twins? That's a better question. Can't remember. Famous movie twins. Tell me in the chat, are there any famous twins that appear as characters in movies? There must be some, but none are coming to my mind right now. We have two Bs. Mauro and Yatsa are saying B. Sarah joins them. Any other opinions? Do you guys think maybe it should be A or C? So far, I can say that I like the way you're thinking. B sounds right to me. So let's confirm it. It is B, tell the difference, because we are always going to use tell with the difference.
If it rains
If you want
tomorrow,
to say that two things are very similar, you can say, oh, I can't tell the difference. Or if perhaps they are very obviously different, you could say, it was very easy to tell the difference. So tell the difference, tell a joke.
Football match.
Those are some collocations. If it rains tomorrow, we blank the football match. We cancel, we would cancel, we will cancel. What sounds the best here? This is an example of a conditional sentence. So what should we go for? Let me know. Magdalena, you did incredibly well in our lesson where we practiced conditionals. So I expect you to give a correct answer here. C. Okay. Kessler. Are Kesslers the twins? I've never heard of them. Everybody says C. Guys, are you really so good, or are these questions too easy? What's the matter? I was hoping to get some wrong answers. Or do you just follow the first person who responds? Maybe you're just playing it safe. If the first person says C, let's just go for that option. But jokes aside, I'm proud of you. You have done an amazing job. It is indeed C. What is this conditional? Let me hear that answer.
If
you guys know what conditional that was. You've done it correctly. That's the most important part. But if you had to write the name of the conditional, would it be 0, first, second, or the third conditional? Or perhaps mixed? While you answer that, let me read the next question. If I blank you, I would apologize to her immediately. Immediately means as of now, so instantly. And apologize, of course, means to say you're sorry about something wrong that you've done. The first conditional, damn, you guys are grammar masters. I've created beasts out of you. Good job. Were. Okay, Maura's saying be, were. Does anybody think it should be I am you? C. Okay, Yatsa says C. If I am you, I would apologize to her immediately. Okay. Why not A? If I was. Was is the verb to be for the first person singular, isn't it, guys? I was there last night. I was at the meeting. Right? So why should we go for B? Does anybody know the answer? Why should it be B? Let's hear that. This is the difficult part. Why should it be were and not A? A, Sarah says. Okay, Sarah, I respect that. You decided to go against the current, to go against the grain. Against the grain, go against the grain is a good idiom. Memorize that one. Go against the grain. To go against the grain means to do something opposite to the majority. So if everybody likes Juventus in Italy, you choose to support a small team, you're going against the grain. Here everybody said B and Sarah chose A. But if you're not sure as to why it should be B, let me explain. In formal speech, were is the form of the verb to be that we use for hypothetical situations. So even though the verb to be conjugates to was in the first and the third person, respectively, we are going to, or we are supposed to use were in hypothetical conditions. So if I were you, I would apologize to her immediately. That's right. It's hypothetical. If I were a giraffe, but I'm not a giraffe. Exactly. However, to be fair, yes, the twins of The Shining. My gosh, how did I miss that? It's one of the creepiest movies I've ever seen. It still gives me shivers. Oh, so spooky. A really great movie. that really terrifies you to the bone. But back to the grammar. Yes, Yatsa, it is B. You've corrected yourself. I was about to say, in everyday speech, when you listen to native speakers, you will hear them say, if I was you, or if she was you. So even though it is incorrect, strictly grammatically speaking, it is tolerated in informal speech, in colloquial speech. So don't be surprised if you hear your favorite rapper or your favorite Hollywood actor saying, if I was a bit younger, instead of if I were a bit younger. However, you've done a great job, folks. Were was the correct answer. Let's move on.
If she had studied harder,
if she had studied harder, she
blank
the
the final exam.
It is definitely getting harder. So, would pass, will pass, would have passed. What is going on here? If she had studied harder, we have the past perfect tense. So this implies that the action happened a long time ago, in a distant past. So what would be the correct answer here? C. You guys are very confident. I can tell that. I can tell that from the way you're responding to these questions. Does anybody think that it should be A or B, perhaps? Mauro, oh, wow. I was about to ask that, Magdalena, and you've answered it for everyone. It is the third conditional, in which we express a hypothetical change in the past. An event had already taken place, so this person, this girl, did not study. It's a fact, and she obviously didn't pass her exam, but we are now hypothesizing what would have happened had she studied harder. Okay, perfect. Where are the other people? Why aren't the others responding? Guys, stay tuned. Don't be scared by these slightly more difficult questions. You have to be brave and keep on fighting. We are here to learn. It's not a problem.
If I had won the lottery
last year, I blank rich now. So I believe you know what the lottery is. It's a sort of a game of luck where you buy a ticket and then hope your number or numbers gets drawn and you win a huge prize. And then obviously somebody rich. It's somebody that we are all trying to become. What is the situation here? Would be, would have been, or will be? Mauro says A. I would be rich now. We have the past perfect in the first sentence. Mixed. All right. And Yatsa says C. I will be rich now. Will is used when talking about the future, and it is used in the first conditional. So, like Mauro said, this is a mixed conditional, which means it combines two different times. The third conditional talks about a hypothetical past. The second conditional talks about a hypothetical future. The first conditional talks about a realistic future outcome, and the zero conditional talks about facts, something that is generally true. So the mixed conditional is a combination of the third conditional and the second conditional. So we will have had one past perfect, which is a characteristic of the third conditional in the first part of the sentence. However, in the second part, because we are referring to the present moment, we will use would plus infinitive, which is a characteristic of the second conditional, thus giving us the so-called mixed conditional. Good job, guys. Good job, Sarah, Mauro, everybody else. Tune in.
I usually
Don't miss the
read a
chance
book
to
when I'm
practice. I usually
blank
read a book when
the
I
train.
am blank the train. All right, the prepositions, everyone's favorites. Don't you guys love the prepositions? How can you not love them? What should we go for? Maybe I should turn up the volume a bit. Is there any sound? Maybe I could give it some spice. What do you guys think? Should I turn on the volume a bit so you can hear the effects? Oh, by the way, guys, I don't think anybody has answered yet. Okay. Now, that's what I like. Good job, Mauro. Good job, Sarah. On the train, that is correct. Can you tell me why it is on the train and not in the train? Does anybody know that? Because we are all non-native speakers, and I believe that to all of us, it would make more sense to say, oh, we are in the train. In my native language of Serbian, we would say, I am in the train. So how come it is on in English? Does anybody know why? Let's see what you guys can tell me in the chat. I'll be waiting for your responses, and then obviously, if you don't have a good idea, I'll help you with that. Does anybody think we are wrong here? Should it be at the train? Or maybe in the train? Like, it would make more sense. Let's see if somebody can explain the reasoning behind on versus in with vehicles. While you guys think about that, I can talk about a more, how should I say, a more philosophical approach to this matter. So I had a discussion with a native speaker, a guy from Chicago, and we spoke about this exact issue, except that in our case, we spoke about a bus. And I told him, I think that there are situations where you would use in the bus. And he asked me, oh, when? And I said, when the bus crashes. If a bus were to crash, you wouldn't shout for help and say, help me, I'm on the bus. You would say, help me, I am in the bus. Because that time the bus wouldn't be a vehicle, it would just be a wreck. So you would tell them you are inside this steel box. You're no longer on a form of transportation. And the man said, damn, you speak English pretty well. It's a story, a moment that made me proud. It has a route. I mean, a taxi would have a route as well, and yet we would say we are in a taxi. So the key rule, well, to be honest, there aren't any rules. There will be exceptions to everything that comes to these prepositions, but English teachers have come to this consensus, this general idea that if you want to make sure you teach these prepositions in a logical way, you teach them in the following sense. So when you can move and walk around the mean of transportation, then you will be on it. So obviously when you are on the train, you're going to walk back and forth until you find your seat. The same applies for your plane. That's why you're on the plane. The same goes for the ship. That's why you're on the ship. The same goes for the bus. Then you're on the bus, etc. Whereas when talking about cars, taxis, which are obviously just cars, or even a helicopter, you're going to be inside of it. That you can stand on train or a bus. Yes, that's right. You can stand on a train or a bus. You can walk around. Stand up and walk around. So that is the key reason why we say we are on the train, the bus, the plane, etc. If you just directly sit in a seat, then it is going to be in. And when it comes to motorcycles and bikes, we are on a bike or a motorcycle because we are sitting on the saddle, the part that you mount. So obviously, physically, you are on it. You are not inside of it. It wouldn't make sense to say we are in a bike. So, folks, great job. I'm proud of you all. Let's move on to the next question.
Hurry up and get...
No, somebody else is reading the questions. I'm the one reading the questions. Hurry up
The car,
and get
we're going to be
blank.
late.
The car, we're going to be late. Well, I sort of told you the answer already, but let's see who's been paying attention. What's the correct answer here? Is it in the car, onto the car, or on the car? Again, if we are going to be philosophical about it, we could say that on the car is possible. C. Oh, Yatsa says A. A or C. Guys, we have a tie. Okay, and now we have a strong tie break. Okay, Yatsa, it is going to be C. And the reason why is, like I said previously, you directly sit into the, you sit on the seat. You are not going to just walk around. What is onto? Well, when we move onto a platform, so it is similar with on, but it is different in the sense that it emphasizes the motion. So let's move on to the next page. I'm emphasizing that I'm going to make that movement. That is the key difference between on and onto. Onto the next one. Like right now, we've solved this question. I could say onto the next one. We are moving in that direction. Whereas on simply means the physical position. I was about to say, philosophically speaking, hypothetically speaking, we could be on the car, but that would mean you literally stand up and you climb on the roof of the car. So unless you're going to do something crazy, you're going to get in the car. Good job, folks. Let's move on to the next one. We have 20 questions, so we are halfway through. They spend the afternoon relaxing. A small rowboat. A small rowboat, in a small rowboat, or at a small rowboat. Let's see you now, folks. This one is going to be tricky. Is it on a boat or in a boat? What do you guys think? Yes, get into the car, absolutely. But when you say get into the car, you are essentially giving a command. So get into the car is something a kidnapper might say, you know. Or you might say that to your child who's throwing a tantrum, who's crying, and you just say, get into the car, stop crying. So that is a command. You are ordering them, again, why is it into? Because you are ordering them to go into that trajectory. So they are going into the car. Get in the car, I mean, still is fine, but I could imagine people saying get into the car more often. They spend the afternoon relaxing. We guys said B, C, B. Well, to be fair, I would say that both are possible. Rowboats are sort of a gray zone because they are really small, right? They're quite narrow. You don't really have much space to walk on them. So frankly speaking, both could be possible, but respecting our initial rule, Sarah says A. Yeah, A and B are technically possible here, but sticking to our rule, we would go for B, because you can technically stand up and walk around the rowboat, albeit only a couple of steps. But you'll hear people say both. Unlike the bus or the car, this one is a rare mean of transportation, and you'll hear native speakers say both. So, well done to all of you who said A or B. You were all correct.
Blank.
Question 11.
Played
I
tennis
blank
every
played
weekend
tennis
when I was a
every weekend
teenager.
when I was a teenager. I was used to, I got used to, or I used to. Okay, we have a new topic. What's correct here? Let me hear you guys. What do you guys say? C. Used to. I used to play tennis. Sarah says used to. Maura says used to. You guys have a good teacher. That's all I can say. Good job. It is indeed used to. I might have to speed things up. I have a lesson after this, so we might spend a bit less time on each individual question. But we do still have around 20 minutes, so we're all good. Only 8 questions to go. She is a nurse, so the person who works at the hospital, helps the patients and doctors. So she, blank, working night shifts. Obviously working at night. She is used to, she used to, or gets used to working night shifts. Yatsa says A. Do you guys agree with Yatsa? She is used to working night shifts. Does it sound right? Or does it sound wrong? Magdalena agrees with Yatsa. Okay. Does anybody disagree? Okay, you folks all agree on A being the correct answer. Good job. She is used to. It means it is now part of her habit. Well done. Let's move on to the next one. We are going to move on to
I just moved
this
to
sentence.
London,
I
and
just
I
moved
can't
to London, and I can't blank driving on the left side of the road. Oh, that would be my nightmare. How can they drive on the left side of the road? That's crazy. Just one of the things I dislike about the UK. They're driving on the wrong side of the road. When I was in Cyprus, I experienced that, and it is really strange. It really is uncomfortable. I remember I was sitting on the back seat of my shuttle, and I remember I was a bit sleepy at the time, so I looked ahead and I saw nobody was in the driver's seat. You know, the left side of the vehicle was empty. And then I just realized, oh, the driver is on the right side. Crazy. C. Oh, Jada, welcome. Welcome to the party. Everybody's saying C. I just moved to London and I can't get used to driving on the left side of the road. Yes. To get used to something emphasizes the process of adaptation, and this person is currently going through it. However, she can't finalize it.
Blank?
She can't properly
eat a lot
get
of
used
candy
to it.
when you
Did
little?
you, blank, eat a lot of candy when you were little? When you were a little child. That's what this question implies. Did you used to? Did you used to? Or did you be used to? Used to or used to or be used to? What is the correct one here? Let's hear what you guys have to say. Yatsa said A again. Yatsa, you are going for A's. That's your letter. Let's see if it has brought you luck this time. A. Wow. Everybody's saying A. You all deserve an A grade after this session. That's what I can say. You've been doing a great job. Perfect. If you're wondering why, it is because the verb, the past tense, is now in the verb do, which has been conjugated into did, and that cancels any conjugation that otherwise would have taken place. So it is did you used to eat a lot of
The
people.
noise from the construction was annoying at first, but eventually
I
blank
it. So the
it.
noise, a lot of sound from the construction. So they are building something, a new building, or maybe a new road. They were performing some construction works, was annoying at first. So initially, it was really giving them stress. It was really making them angry, ruining their mood. But eventually, so ultimately, over some time, they was used to it, got used to it, or used it too. What are you guys saying? C? I used it. I used to it. B. Okay, so it's B. Yes. That's right. B sounds better. Eventually, I got used to it. Like we said, get talks about that period of adaptation. And here we have the word eventually, which, like we said, emphasizes that final result, but talks about the period of time that it took. We don't have a specific period, but it does mean it took a while. It took some time for the result to happen. So eventually I got used to it. Good job, folks. We have 15.
Blank.
Around
the freezing
10
weather
minutes
because
left
he grew up
until
in
my lesson,
northern
and
Canada.
we have 4 questions, so we have to be efficient. He blank the freezing weather because he grew up in northern Canada. Is used to, gets used to. The freezing weather, really cold weather. And he grew up means that's where he, well, developed into an adult. Or at least he reached his adolescence or his teens. Maybe not until he was 18 or 19, but at least until he was 15, which isn't a big difference, really, when I think about it. You received 100 messages. Wow, we got a congratulation from Restream, the software I'm using. Thank you all for being active and for studying so well. Oh, we have some different answers here. I guess we have some B's and some C's. And an A, too. Oh, okay. That's what I like to see. Finally, some sort of contest. A, B, or C. Wow. So which option has won? Mauro said A, Igor and Yatsa said B, Sarah said B, and Magdalena went for C. So basically, B received the most votes. He used to the freezing weather because he grew up in northern Canada. That wouldn't work because used to needs to be followed by an infinitive. So we will always see used to play, used to see. If there is no verb to be, like is, was, or the verb to get or gets, it's going to be used to play, used to watch, used to see, because it refers to an activity, a habit that used to be true, that was true in the past, but no longer is. In this case, I can say that Mauro was the only correct one. I think Mauro is on fire today because of passing his exam. And he is used to because this expresses his overall habits, his overall routine, overall feelings. He is used to the freezing weather. It's not a problem for him. If he goes to the North Pole, he's just chilling. He doesn't mind the cold weather because he grew up in northern Canada. He grew up there. It's past simple, a finished action. He most likely moved somewhere else, but his experience with the cold from Canada has carried over with him wherever he went. So now, like I said, if he is in Sweden or he is somewhere on the North Pole, he is used to it, to the cold weather. It's not a problem for him. So A, used to. Yes, bravo, Mauro. W's in the chat for Mauro. Good job. Let's do the remaining questions. 17, 18, 19, 20. 4 questions. We have 4 more questions.
I hate going to the
dentist,
but I just have
to blank and do
blank.
it. This is hard. I know what this is about. This person doesn't like going to the dentist, the person who fixes your teeth, but they will have to miss the boat, bite the bullet, or tighten the belt. These are some idioms. So let's see what we should use here. Oh, Lazar, you watched that lesson, Lazar. Give us the answer. I want to see you write A, B, or C. Yes, that's right. Well-deserved W's for Mauro. But let's see if Mauro can get this one right. Is it A, B, or C? That's right, big W's. I love that. I love this supportive community. Is it I just have to miss the boat, I just have to bite the bullet, or I just have to tighten the belt? People are saying B. B by Mauro. Lazar, what's your answer? You're just going to follow along. You're going to play it safe. Fair enough. Fair enough. I can confirm that you're all right. It is bite the bullet. When you bite the bullet, you do something that is unpleasant, that you would like to avoid, but unfortunately you have to do it. So it is bite the bullet. Why? It is an idiom, an English idiom used to say you are going to do something unpleasant, something you don't like. The origin is from wars when people would have their hands amputated. That would put them in a lot of pain. So soldiers were given bullets to bite on and reduce the screaming, obviously. So they would have some point where they could exert the pain from inside. That obviously carried on into everyday life. So now you can just use bite the bullet when you hate the dentist, but you have to do it. So I have to bite the bullet. Or if I have a kitchen sink with dirty dishes and I don't want to wash them, I could say, I'll have to bite the bullet and wash the dishes, which is a true sentence.
Since I lost my job,
18.
we
Since
really
I lost
had
my
to
job, we have, or we've,
blank.
for short, really had to blank. Rain or our parade, tighten our belts. I made a mistake. L's in the chat for the worst stream host ever. Big L's in the chat. How did I miss the button? I was just thinking about all the dirty dishes and the fact I'd have to bite the bullet and wash them. And I've screwed this one. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm annoyed. Yes, big L's. Everybody spam L in the chat. I deserve it. It's a huge mistake. I've really screwed it up. To screw up means to do something wrong. And that's what's happened here. But yes, it is tighten our belts, tighten their belts. So when you tighten your belt, why is it tighten the belt? Because when you lose weight, your waist gets smaller. So you need to make your belt, which goes around your waist, tighter. You need to drill a new hole and then tighten it because you don't have the money. So when you need to reduce spending, you can say we need to tighten our belts. They need to tighten their belts, like that.
I'm sorry to
disappoint you guys. Thank you. This is a perfect sentence. I'm sorry to disappoint you guys. But the outdoor concert has been canceled due to severe storms. Severe means very strong. So severe storms are storms which have a lot of rain, thunder, perhaps even hail, which is the ice that falls from the sky. So it made the concert, especially an outdoor one, impossible. So when I click on the screen, the timer starts. I mustn't click on the screen. That's what happened last time. KKKKK. Are you from Brazil? I know that Brazilians do that. Brazilians laugh with KKKKKK. They always go like KKKKKKK. That's what they do. No worries, it happens. Thank you guys for your support. So, you're saying A. I'm sorry to rain on your parade. Yes, I mean when there's a storm, there is gonna be some rain, but maybe it's not the correct answer. Does anybody think it should be B or maybe C? Do we have any other opinions? Or do you all agree it should be A? Rain on your parade. Rain on one's parade. Obviously, when we have a pronoun in an idiom, we could always change it with a different person. So it could be rain on their parade, rain on our parade, on my parade, her parade, etc., etc. Magdalena, Sarah, I'm waiting for your answers. C, missed the boat. Haha. Lazar, are you here with us? What do you think? Magdalena, C. I mean, I would love to have a discussion on this, but unfortunately I'll have to go soon. So I will reveal the answer, but we need a tie break. We have Mauro and Igor saying A, and Sarah and Lazar saying C. So we need somebody to write either A or C. Ah, okay, we got 2 more A's. And you guys have saved the day. It is A. I'm sorry to rain on your parade means I'm sorry to ruin your mood. When you rain on one's parade, you are essentially bringing their mood down. Somebody is happy about buying a new car. Let's say they bought a new Mercedes. And then you come to them and say, sorry to rain on your parade, but that model breaks easily. So, you know, you are ruining the moment for them. They're super happy and you're just mentioning something bad. In this case, obviously all the people were hyped about the concert, woohoo, but it's not gonna happen due to the storm, the severe storm. So a really hard storm.
You
the final
should apply
question,
for that
and we'll call it a day.
today,
You should
or
apply
you
for
might
that scholarship today, or
blank.
you might blank. You might what? Bite the bullet. It sounds like a threat. You might miss the boat, or you might rain on your parade. Let's see if you guys can finish it off in style. What's the correct answer here? What do you think? Is it? Igor says B. You might miss the boat. Okay, I can see that working. What do the others think? Maura says C, and Sarah says B. Okay. Pavle, Lazar, Maura, you've changed your answer. Is that peer pressure? Peer pressure is when a group of people who are your age do something or believe in something, you feel the need to do the same. So everybody said B, Maybe that's Mauro had to... you made a mistake. Okay. If you made a mistake, then I'll understand. I'll forgive you for it. Folks, Lazar, Pavle, waiting for your answers. Magdalena, B. Everybody said B. But guys, you are the best. That's all I can say. Thank you for making me the proudest teacher. Let's just confirm that miss the boat is indeed the correct answer. It is indeed correct. To miss the boat means to miss the chance. So a scholarship is an amount of money that you receive for your studies instead of paying it yourself. And the person is saying, if you don't do it today, maybe you will not be able to do that, and you will lose your chance to get that scholarship and that money from the government. Folks, I have 2 or 3 minutes for you. If you have any final questions, please feel free to ask. If not, I'll be ending the stream. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you were able to revise and just remind yourselves of some of the things we've done. But judging from your answers, which were enormously correct most of the time, I would say you've done a great job. So stay tuned, watch the streams regularly. I'll try to stream every day at either this time or the usual 9 p.m. CEST, Central European Summertime. I think that's what it stands for. Although it is, 1 p.m. in Mexico, and I don't know what time it is in other countries. Yes, clocking, I swear. Okay. It happens to the best of us. Folks, thank you. You're welcome. If you have no questions, again, I'll wait just a minute more, and then I'll have to go. I'll have to bounce. There's an expression for the end. So the native speakers will someone say, I'll have to bounce. To bounce is to jump off the floor. So you bounce off, you are leaving. Excellent review. Yes, you've made it excellent. Your knowledge was what made it amazing. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your time. And as I said, keep on coming. I'm sure that we can create amazing things together with this community. Enjoy the learning process. Not learn English because we have to, because we are forced to read boring grammar books, but learn like this with great people and lots of fun. Folks, once again, it was my pleasure. Wishing everybody in Europe a great night, and everybody in the Americas